Yo, hey YouTube, what's up? S-Rank here, gonna talk a little bit about Star Wars. So we found out today that the title for the upcoming next Star Wars movie is The Last Jedi. So let's talk a little bit about what I think that means, what I think it might mean. Obviously, it kind of has a samurai vibe to it. It kind of evokes that romance of the samurai, and the Jedi have always been kind of it's supposed to be analogous of samurai. Don't think they pulled that off really well in the prequels. They were more of a church, I guess, a superpowered church full of space wizards that operated with little oversight and just did whatever the fuck they wanted. Didn't seem to have any organizational body and nothing to hold people to account. They have the Jedi Code, which is a simple thing. It's just like 5 tenets. But even then, Qui-Gon Jinn didn't operate under the Jedi Code, and there didn't seem to be any repercussions for that. Is what it is. But particularly in the original trilogy, Jedi kind of had this samurai vibe, especially like the lone Ronin, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and then Luke after that, and I guess Yoda with his hermit thing. So I guess Luke's probably the last samurai that the title speaks of, the last Jedi rather. Jedi, of course, is both the plural and singular of Jedi, so it might be referring to more than one Jedi. Seems unlikely. Rey's not a Jedi yet. She's not even a Padawan yet. I suppose she will be in the next movie. And I do think Finn is Force sensitive, but again, he's in the same spot. He's not a Jedi, and he's not a Padawan either. Maybe he will become one over the course of the movie. We'll find out. And then Kylo Ren he's something else. He's not a Sith, and he's not a Jedi. I guess he's on his way to becoming a Sith, but he's not one yet. So I would say the Last Jedi is Luke. I guess that means probably that the movie's going to focus more on Luke than I would like. Actually, I'm a little bit over Luke, particularly after The Force Awakens. I didn't really like what that movie set up for him. After the original trilogy, Luke was he was a different sort of Jedi. He didn't follow in the path of Obi-Wan Kenobi and Yoda. Well, I didn't think he did. Turned out he did the exact same thing they did, which is fuck a situation up and then peace out. I'm a hermit myself on an island for 18 years until someone else deals with it. If they come to me, maybe I'll help them, but I'm over here just shirking all responsibility for the situation I created. I mean, Han Solo said he went looking for the first Jedi temple. Maybe he went there to get some wisdom, some sage Jedi wisdom. I'm not sure that exists. The Jedi Council really is a completely fucked up organization now in the prequels. They didn't, like I said, they didn't have any oversight. They had way more political power than they should have. No one voted for them. What do taxpayers think about the Jedis meddling in state affairs and conducting trade negotiations and even leading the military in some cases? Mace Windu wanted to, I don't remember if he wanted to, but he definitely talked about staging a military coup. Like, it's mind-boggling. Like, these are supposed to be the good guys, but I don't know. It's a pretty fucked up situation, really. In another movie, if the Sith didn't exist, Jedi would be the bad guy. They're like this giant church of space wizards, and they have way too much power, no oversight. It's fucked up. But Luke seemed to be different. He went to save his friends. Yoda didn't want him to. He wanted him to stay and complete his training, but he went and saved his friends. He seemed to be cut from a different sort of cloth, but so it's kind of disappointing to find out that ultimately he just ended up being the same as Obi-Wan and Yoda. at at the end, I don't understand why at the end of the prequels Yoda and Obi-Wan didn't just team up and go and take care of shit, because Vader couldn't do anything and Yoda almost beat Palpatine on his own. Surely him and Obi-Wan could have taken care of the job together. Instead, they went into hiding for 18 years and let the universe get completely fucked. Yay, Jedi! I guess they felt that was a good idea. And Luke, he followed in the same footsteps and chilled on an island by himself while the First Order was building a planet-sized death machine that can destroy multiple planets at the same time. I hope he feels good about that. But luckily, someone else showed up, and they can deal with his problems in the subsequent movies. So let's hope Rey doesn't fall into the same trap where she fucks up everything and then goes and pieces out, and hope someone else deals with it. But there's that. So it's an interesting title, the last Jedi. Hopefully it's good. I just really hope that it's more of a passing of the torch, because I'm kind of done with the Skywalker element of the Star Wars movies. I'd like for them to move on. Some people think that Rey is somehow related to Luke Skywalker. She might be his daughter. Maybe she's Kylo Ren's sister. Other people think that she might be Obi-Wan Kenobi's daughter, or well, she couldn't be his daughter, but she might be his granddaughter. Same, I guess, maybe the same with Luke. She might be too young to be his daughter. It's a movie. Who knows? Definitely too young to be Obi-Wan's daughter, because he died, so she would have to be his granddaughter. And maybe he wasn't being a complete useless fool sitting in the desert for 18 years. Maybe he got some Tinder matches and went out there and sowed his oak. Who knows? But yeah, so I'm hopeful that the movie doesn't really focus on Luke in so much. I mean, he has to train Rey. I would hope that most of that would be done already. Like the training, like, do we need a training montage? That's kind of boring. It's kind of something that could have already happened when we catch back up with the characters. But I know they've said that the movie pretty much continues right at the end of The Force Awakens, when she points the lightsaber at Luke and he goes. It reveals himself in the most dramatic way possible. Kind of a ridiculous scene, is what it is. So, yeah, I'm really more interested in learning more about the new characters, Finn and Rey and Poe and Kylo Ren, and I just hope that Luke doesn't factor into the overall story too much. I know a lot of people might disagree with that, and they're hopeful that Luke is an essential part of the movie, but I'm kind of over it. Prequels really killed any goodwill I have to the Skywalker line. That story to me is over. And The Force Awakens, if there's any hope left in my heart for Skywalkers, The Force Awakens killed that. When I liked The Force Awakens a lot, it just the idea that Luke Skywalker would fall down the exact same path as Yoda and Obi-Wan was disappointing me. Thought he was cut from a different mold, but just did the same thing. Fucked up and then disappeared. The Jedi aren't good at being adults. When they have a problem to deal with, they go into hiding for 18 years. I guess that's why all the most interesting characters in Star Wars aren't even Jedi. I mean, it's different if you include the legacy and I guess it was EU, now it's legacy verse. It's not in continuity anymore. Some interesting characters in there, some cool Jedis. Not so much in the movie universe. Yeah. Yoda. I'm still mad that they gave Yoda a lightsaber in the prequels. Drives me fucking bananas. I always got the impression in the original trilogy that he was like so powerful that he didn't need one. That he wasn't this type of guy that's gonna go into melee combat and flip around like a goof. But we all saw how that worked out, and Hopefully they sold a lot of shitty action figures of Yoda with a lightsaber to make that worthwhile, because they just destroyed the character, in my opinion. Maybe you thought it was cool. Who knows? But that's just some of my thoughts on Star Wars and the title The Last Jedi. Peace.